Security on the R1 and the rabbit hole has just been tested by a third party at the request of Rabbit, which is great to hear. Who Obscurity Labs is the people they approached, and I've never heard of them before, but I'm also not in the cybersecurity game, so I don't know why I would have. I just wanted to sound like it was something fancy and new, but it's not, probably. But the point of all that is that they've conducted a test on the R1 device and the rabbit hole in and of itself, and sort of the back end of the system. And it's a penetration test, as they've said here, which means that they've done everything that they can to sort of break in, steal information, find the vulnerabilities and what are the strengths of the system that Rabbit's sort of been putting forward with this kind of situation, with everything they've got. So, the description here that they've got, which I'll just read this part for you. So, Obscurity Labs conducted a penetration test against Rabbit R1's services, Rabbit Inc.'s services, and the R1 device, covering insights into various findings, attack paths, and security measures in place. Discover the strengths and vulnerabilities revealed through advanced testing methodologies and stay informed about the security of the Rabbit R1. And I think, again, this is something that I saw a lot of. There was a lot of people concerned about the way that the connections were working with the virtual machines and sort of login information and that sort of thing. And I'd done a video on it in the past, this is pre-launch of the device really, and I wasn't quite sure exactly how they were going to deal with the security in that situation, but it looks like, after reading this post, that while there are obviously always going to be chances that things get stolen, they've done a lot to protect user information, and the security of the device isn't really in question. So I'm glad to see that they've done a third-party test, and it's really good to see that a third party was able to confirm that there isn't much to be concerned about. And while some of us have just placed, trust in the situation because we believe, I think we do that every day with so many things, and I think it's not out of the question that somebody's just going to say, well, I'm sure that it's safe. So I'm going to read you just this part, the conclusion that Obscurity Labs have put on their webpage in regards to this penetration test. They've said, during our penetration test of Rabbit Inc. between April 29th, 2024 and May 10th, 2024, we found and reported on many interesting findings, with a few of our favorites listed here, which you can go to the website and take a look through that. Overall, nothing too concerning was found that would lead us to believe that Rabbit Inc. and the R1 device are insecure or mishandling customer or query data. Consistent with that conclusion, we note that while the previous hacks against Rabbit Inc. have drawn skepticism about the company's security practices, they've had little to no impact on its user base outside of that. And so again, I think pointing out the fact that you are, there's always going to be, hacktivist groups and that sort of thing, which, that's the world we live in, which is great. I love when people find problems in companies and help them solve it. Outside of that, they couldn't really find anything that was going on that was sort of in question. So again, a big win for the Rabbit users and the R1 users in the world. We're all sort of safe. There's a really great quick post on the rabbit.tech page as well about all this, and I will pop both those links down in the bottom, so make sure you take a look at that. And of course, stay subscribed and like the video if you can, and share the message around, because I think this kind of message is pretty important for people who enjoy the R1 and Rabbit as a company, and the more support we can show, the better these devices get every day. So until next time, let's see how deep this rabbit hole goes.